In many homes and apartments, hanging closet doors are often used. They can be identified by the doors being flat panels that slide by each other. So they are not folding doors, they are full panel doors like so, hollow core, and in normal operation they look like sliding doors, but they are hung from a rail, of course, overhead. Now, this is normal operation, so far so good. What happens eventually is that the kids play here, and one of them would push inadvertently or sooner or later on the door, and then it jumps off the overhead rail, and then the door looks like this. And then the parents panic and the kids cry, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do? The door is broken now. It's not sliding, it's hitting something, it's dragging on the floor, it's not going anywhere." And yeah, in this video, I'm gonna take the panic out of this situation. Nothing is broken. This is how the door installs and this is how the door works. This is fine. Nothing is broken here. I'm gonna show you the hardware and how it goes together. It doesn't need any tools. What it does need is a paper towel in your hand, because the components might be guaranteed to be oily. So let's take a look at this here. On the top of the door, there is a metal bracket that looks like this from the underside. There's a U-shaped notch here in it, very straightforward, and maybe one other angle looking like so. Here in the overhead rail, there is a slider and a bolt. The bolt catches a nut, a threaded nut on the inside of the slider, and this whole thing comes out like so. So there's a spring, there's a washer, and there's a bolt head. The length of the bolt adjusts how the door hangs and how it looks when you're done hanging it. So I'm going to show you how it affects the aesthetics of the door. I'm just going to put it back like so. It's looking like this, looks like it's loose and whatever. It's fine, leave it alone. So with one hand holding the camera and the other hand grabbing the door here, this is how it works. The bolt head needs to be on the underside of this metal clip, and the washer needs to be on the top of the clip. You need to compress the spring. It's really not much spring forces in it. Let me just show you here on the intact side how this looks like. That's how, so the bolt is on the underside of the clip, and the washer, you can't see it, but it's on the upside or the upper side of the here of this metal plate. So line up the two things, lift up the door, center the cutout on the bolt head, and take your time, of course, and compress the spring like so. Pull the door forward. You're done. The door now is free hanging. Everything is working as it should. At this point, I want to show you that it's sliding flawlessly. Now, the length of the bolt is used to adjust the gap. You can see the door is hitting the door opening there, and it's tapering to a, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 10 millimeter gap, whatever it is. So what needs to be done is this bolt needs to be threaded out a little bit. This is a right hand thread, standard bolt, so just obviously don't fully take it out. It has to be in, or at least one full turn into its slider overhead, and hang the door again. Check the gap. Are you happy with the gap? Now, the gap is now better. The drywall here is overhung here purposefully to hide if there's any gap, because the framing is never perfect. So it's supposed to hide if it's out of square like it is now. The framing or this drywall overhang is supposed to hide this unsightly black line. It obviously needs more adjusting, but now the bolt came out, so I'm gonna go with 1/2 a turn, 1 full turn, and maybe a little extra. So that's as much as this bolt can come out. So let's see how good the gap is. Oh, that's pretty good. So when it's closed fully, I only have now, I don't know, an 1/8 of an inch, whatever, just 3 millimeters of a gap up top. And of course the bottom is hitting the wall down there, but now it's a gap going from 0 to 3 millimeters instead of 0 to 20 millimeters. And this feature of the drywall here, this overhang, is of course hiding it. Not if you look at it on an angle, not so much, but hey, this is how it's been designed, this is how it works, this is how it's adjusted. One other adjustment other than this point here is the second hanging point. Of course that has to also go up or down, so you might need to lower the first one and raise the second one to rotate the door this way a little bit to make sure that the long gap is not aesthetically displeasing. So that's how this problem is solved. If the kids ever take the door off its slider, there's no need to panic, there's no need for crying, nothing is broken. Put the door back on, done. Doesn't need any tools.